The waiting room smelled faintly of antiseptic and peppermint, the kind of gentle scent meant to calm patients. But nothing could have prepared the room for the moment when Olivia Ward's life shattered in front of everyone. 8 months pregnant, she sat quietly, hands folded over her belly, waiting for a routine checkup. The overhead lights hummed softly, papers rustled, and then the door slammed. Ryan Ward, millionaire real estate developer, stormed in like a thundercloud made of pure entitlement. "Did you cancel my whitening appointment?" he barked, voice echoing through the room. Olivia blinked. "The doctor said I needed the slot, my blood pressure." His palm cracked through the air and struck her so hard the room froze. A collective gasp, a cry, the sound of her chair scraping the floor, and the clinic camera blinked red. Recording. What he didn't know, what he could never imagine, was that the footage would travel farther than he could run. Straight into the hands of the man who owned this entire hospital network, her father. Olivia tumbled sideways, hands instinctively shielding her stomach. A nurse screamed for help. Ryan grabbed her arm, hissing under his breath, "Get up, you're embarrassing me." But she couldn't. Sharp pain stabbed her abdomen. Her breathing turned shallow. People rushed toward her, nurses, orderlies, the clinic manager. Someone pulled Ryan back as he yelled that she was overreacting. Within minutes, she was placed on a gurney. "Fetal heart rate elevated, get her to Ward B," the nurse shouted. As the hallway lights blurred above her, Olivia whispered one thing: "Call my dad." Dr. Samuel Hartman wasn't just any doctor. He was the founder and chairman of Hartman Medical Network, one of the largest hospital systems in the region. In the middle of a board meeting, his phone buzzed. "Sir, your daughter has been admitted," the receptionist said, trembling. There was an incident. Samuel was already out the door. When he entered the room and saw his daughter, swollen cheek, trembling hands, monitors beeping urgently, something ancient and protective ignited behind his stern brown eyes. "What happened?" he asked quietly. The doctor swallowed. "We have it on camera." He watched the footage once. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't curse. His expression didn't even shift. But everyone in the room felt the temperature drop. He turned to the head administrator. "Terminate every contract our network holds with Ryan Ward's companies. Today." Ryan didn't know yet. He was too busy yelling at PR agents, threatening employees, and trying to spin the clinic incident as a misunderstanding. But he felt the first hit a few hours later. Then the second. Then the 10th. Email after email, contract terminated. Service agreement canceled. Partnership withdrawn. His company depended on hospital construction and medical office leasing. And Samuel Hartman owned half the state's hospitals. In 48 hours, Ryan lost 60% of his clients. "What the hell is happening?" he roared at his board. "They're pulling out every one of them," a director stammered. "Your reputation, the footage," Ryan froze. "What footage?" It hit the internet like wildfire: a pregnant woman, a public slap, a crowded clinic, crystal clear security footage. Within hours, Protect Olivia was trending. Millions viewed the clip. Celebrities reposted it. People began boycotting Ryan's businesses. His PR team begged him to apologize. "I won't apologize for disciplining my wife," he snapped. That clip leaked too. Within a day, his name became poison. The stress hit Olivia's body like a tidal wave. Late that night, alarms blared. Her uterine contractions surged. Her blood pressure spiked dangerously. "Premature labor," the doctor muttered, urgency sharpening her tone. "We need to stabilize her." Samuel stood at his daughter's side, gripping her hand gently. "Dad, the baby," Olivia whispered. "They're doing everything," he said, voice steady but eyes burning. Hours passed, machines beeped, nurses rushed. Olivia cried through pain she wasn't ready for. Outside the ward, Ryan tried storming into the hospital. Security blocked him. "This is my child," he yelled. A calm, cold voice answered behind him. "Not anymore," Samuel said, stepping forward. "You forfeited that right the moment you laid a hand on my daughter." Ryan lunged forward, but security pinned him back. "Get him off my property." While Olivia fought for her baby, another storm brewed. A woman named Laura Reyes, Ryan's former head of operations, emailed Samuel's legal team. Inside were thousands of pages. Patient data. Ryan secretly sold financial statements showing embezzlement emails where he approved the assault, cover-up evidence of tax fraud and blackmail. Ryan destroyed everything I worked for, she wrote. Olivia deserves justice. Use this. Samuel forwarded the files to authorities. The legal avalanche began. 3 months later, the courtroom was filled to the brim. Olivia sat in the front row, baby Grace, tiny but healthy, sleeping softly in her carrier. The prosecution presented the assault footage, witness testimonies, the whistleblower files, financial crimes, patient data theft, attempts to bribe the clinic manager to delete the video. Ryan's face turned from arrogant to pale, then to defeated. When Olivia took the stand, the room held its breath. Her voice was soft but steady. I stayed because I believed he could be better, but when he hit me while I was carrying our child, I realized I wasn't protecting myself anymore. I was failing to protect her. People in the gallery wiped tears. Ryan's attorney tried to discredit her, but the evidence was a tidal wave. When the verdict came, the judge didn't hesitate. On all charges, physical assault, corporate fraud, data theft, obstruction of justice, you are found guilty. Ryan collapsed into his chair. And your recommended sentence, the judge continued, is 8 years. You will also forfeit controlling interest in all ward development properties. Your licenses are permanently revoked. Olivia closed her eyes. A weight she'd carried for years finally loosened. Sunlight poured gently through the glass lobby of a newly renovated community center. The sign above the entrance read, the very clinic where Olivia was assaulted had been transformed into a sanctuary for mothers, daughters, and survivors of all backgrounds. Inside, volunteers bustled. Nurses gave free checkups. Counselors guided women to safe housing. Mothers gathered around warming lamps, cradling infants. Olivia walked down the hallway, her daughter Grace toddling beside her with unsteady steps, clutching her fingers. Samuel stood near the entrance, gray hair gleaming in the sun. He kneeled to lift his granddaughter, laughter softening his usually stern face. You know, he said gently, this place, it's because of you too. Olivia looked around. She saw women being comforted. She saw lives beginning again. She saw hope where trauma once lived. For the first time in a long time, her heart felt light, because her story didn't end in pain. It ended in purpose. If you're reading this right now, tell me where you're watching from and what time you're reading this, and tell me one thing. Should Olivia's foundation expand to help more women worldwide? Your comment might inspire the next chapter of hope.